So thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, if you felt it was useful. Now let's get into this. So it's not been much news over the last few days, but today it's coming thick and fast. So it's been revealed now on Seconds Out that Mark Tibbs, now you remember Mark Tibbs was training Dylan White previously, it's revealed that he is now back work with Billy Joe Saunders again. It says Billy Joe Saunders worked with Mark Tibbs and his father Jimmy Tibbs up to his world title fight against Andy Lee. As you may remember, he fought Andy Lee in December 2015, and then his next fight was against Akabov, December 2016. He was trained by Ben Davis, and he then went to Adam Boot. He didn't even fight with Adam Boot, and then he went with Dominic Ingle, and since then he's just, we'll get into that now in a sec, it's been all over the place. But yeah, he says here, since he's previously been trained by Dominic Ingle and Ben Davison, and now returned to Tibbs. Now, someone commented on that and actually said that, where was it? That the IFL released a video about that as well. And apparently that interview was taken down. So I'm not 100% sure if that's still good to go. I'm not sure. But apparently there was an interview IFL released where he was saying the same when that was taken down. But this is what Mark Tibbs had to say. Billy Joe will probably come out in the next day or so and announce it as well. My thoughts on that. Well, he's not going to a completely new trainer. So it's not like he's gone from, Tibbs to, and this is just crazy, he's gone from Tibbs to Boot to Ingle to Davison, back to Ingle to Davison again, and now back to Tibbs. So at least he's keeping it familiar. It's not like he's going and turning around and saying, now I'm going to go with, Tunde Ajayi or someone like that. No, he's worked with these guys before. It is alarming when you see Billy Joe just consistently swapping trainers. He left Ingle to go back to Ben Davison, and then he was sparring. There was images of him with Kell Brook. Now I'm not sure if that was in the Ingle gym or where that was, but if he was sparring Kell Brook, that would imply he was with Dominic Ingle again. So maybe he was training with Ingle again, and God only knows. There's something fishy going on there. I mean, when's the last time I seen a fighter who just swapped from trainer to trainer to trainer so consistently? Or so, regularly, I should say, not consistently. He was consistently regular at swapping trainers. But I just don't get it, I mean, Ingle, in theory, the best I ever saw Billy Joe fight was when he fought Lemieux. And obviously Lemieux was a style that was always going to favour Billy Joe anyway. But even just the way he looked aesthetically, even the way he looked just from that technical point of view, Billy Joe's always been very good technically. He just looked at his best when he was with Dominic Ingle. Ben Davison, again, it was like he was refining those things. But, when he was with Jimmy Tibbs, I think it was originally, he was with, Billy Joe looked good. He done what he needed to do. But I think the best I've seen him, just even from an aesthetic point of view, because when he was with Tibbs, he was ballooning up in weight. I mean, that's not new for Billy Joe, it has to be said. But he was going dangerously high. I remember, was it the fight before he fought Andy Lee? I mean, that was... He did not look in good shape at all in that fight. He was light heavyweight in that fight. He looked bad, very bad, in terms of his aesthetic shape. At least with Ingle, and some people can say whatever they want to say about Ingle, Ingle's Pringles and stuff like that. But still, from an aesthetic point of view, he looked good. From a technical point of view, I thought he looked fine. I thought that was the best I ever saw Billy Joe was when he fought Lemieux. Obviously, he was coming off the back of a win not long after that as well, not long before that, I should say as well. But you do wonder, and I think, was it in a live stream or was it in a video? I think it might have been in a video where I said that Billy Joe, people blame Frank Warren for him not getting the big fights, the Triple G's, the Canelos, etc. He goes to Eddie Hearn and he's not been getting the fights. He's only had one fight with Hearn. And I kind of looked at that and I said, you know what? People, and I'm not someone who bigs Frank Warren up a lot on this channel, but I was thinking, you know what? Maybe it's not Frank Warren that's the problem. Maybe it is genuinely just Billy Joe being maybe hard to deal with. I mean, lest we forget some of the opportunities that he had with Frank Warren that just fell by the wayside. The Martin Murray pullouts twice. He was out of the ring for a year because of that. When he could have fought Martin Murray, I think, in April 2018. He was meant to fight, I think it was Rosado. I think it might have been Gabe Rosado on the Canelo Liam Smith undercard back in 2016. that didn't happen because Billy Joe literally he couldn't make middleweight. That just to stop me making things up. He couldn't make middleweight. Like, he literally was 200 pounds, I think, like not long before that fight, because we saw he had an absolute whale of a time trying to get back down to middleweight in December when he fought Akabov. So people say that Billy Joe has not been matched properly. Well, I think a lot of it could be down to his own doing, and this swapping trainers consistently. I mean, he swapped from Tibbs to Boot, and he said that. I think he even said by his own admission, Adam Boot was based in London. There was too much temptation there, so that's why he went to Sheffield to relocate there. And then, as I said, he stays with Ingle for a few fights, goes to Ben Davison, goes back to. It's a bit all over the place. It really is a bit all over the place with Billy Joe. So apparently he's back with Mark Tibbs now, or the Tibbs, Jimmy Tibbs as well. At the end of the day, when there's not even mention of a fight. Eddie Hearn mentioned the possibility of him fighting in November. We'll see, and then possibly having Callum Smith towards the end of the year. I mean, if he's going to fight in November, you would imagine that it's probably not going to be anyone decent, if Eddie Hearn wants to get the Callum Smith fight made. So, yeah, I just don't know. I mean, it's a swapping trainer. I don't understand. Why stay with one trainer for one fight and go to another, go to another, go to another? To me, it doesn't make any sense. When I look at fighters, people say Tyson Fury, he went from his Uncle Peter to Ben Davison to Sugar Hill. Yeah, that he did, but he's with Peter Fury for a good couple of fights, he's Ben Davison for a good couple of fights. He wanted to keep Ben Davison on as an assistant trainer, I believe, and then now he's with Sugar Hill. He's been with a couple of trainers, but it's not like he's having one fight, new trainer, one fight, new trainer, one fight, new trainer, or not even have a fight, train with this guy, bin him, train with this guy. It's just a bit weird. It's a bit odd. I don't think. When's the last time I've seen a fighter, if ever, go through this many trainers? The only person that comes to mind is Joe Joyce. Literally, that's the only person that comes to mind is Joe Joyce, because Joe Joyce has been going through trainers, going through trainers like whatever, going through trainers like a chaff. Simple as, that's the best way I can describe it. But Billy Joe, it's strange. I don't know why he's doing this, but if he is back with Mark Tibbs, I mean, what improvements can be made with Billy Joe at this stage? Billy Joe, he is what he is, so. In my opinion, would it not be best to go with someone who's just going to refine what you've already done, who's going to, add to what you already have? And as far as I was concerned, that was what Dominic Ingle was doing. So, I don't know. Those are my thoughts on this. Let me know yours down below. What do you think? Billy Joe changing trainer again, going back to the Tibbs, from Ingle to Davison and all this. Do you think that? What do you think it is? What do you think the reason behind that is? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, of course. If you are new to the channel, if you enjoyed it, smash the like button. As always, it does help. I'll talk to these people. Peace.